Jessica, very solid, the Reverend, just before the off, 3.15 on the exchanges, 2-1, as the runners at the mile-and-a-half start are dispatched and sent on their way for this Sky Bet race to the Age4 U.S.A handicap. Amongst those wider out, La Pulga is pressing forward, crossing behind the field is C.Hector. King's Code moving over as well. So King's Code moving across to the running rail with Paradius, whose rider just checks the mirrors to see Plage d'Arve dropping in on the rails. La Pulga continues to race prominently wider out. Almosh posted a little wide, just a little bit keen at this stage as they make their way through this first quarter mile. The Champ racing about fifth, stress-free on the outside of Max Mayhem, Plage d'Arve. The Reverend is quite well back at this stage, racing on the inside of Dark Moon Rising, the last two, Nakib and C.Hector. So it's La Pulga it is who shows the way. La Pulga leading by around about half a length or so from Almosh racing in second. In third is King's Code on the inside of Mahaba the Champ. Fifth place for Paradius on the inner of Stress Free. They've dropped into 2x2 formation for the majority of the field, with Plage d'Arve racing on the inside as they make their way down the back straight of Max Mayhem. Nakib quite keen, the Reverend quite well back with Dark Moon Rising, and last of all is C.Hector. So they're steadily making their way left-handed, and they're past the halfway stage. La Pulga leads by round about half a length or so from in second Almosh, racing in third place King's Code from Mahaba the Champ, Paradius on the inside of Stress Free. Plage d'Arve from Max Mayhem, then Nakib, Dark Moon Rising. The Reverend is one from the tail on straightening, and last of all is C.Hector. So they're making the final part of the turn for home. La Pulga bidding to lead it out, leads by a length from in second place Almosh. Racing in third is King's Code, just ahead of Mahaba the Champ. Paradius is Red Cap as they make their way up the straight, staying towards the third is King's Code, just ahead of Mahaba the Champ. Paradius is Red Cap as they make their way up the straight, staying towards the inside, not always the path they take here. And that just imprisons Plage d'Arve, who's on the inside of Max Mayhem. To keep looking for a way out, the Reverend being hard ridden at the back as Dark Moon Rising makes ground, but it's Pulga and Almosh who continue to show the way. Mahaba the Champ in third from King's Code. Behind these Paradius, Stress Free moves out. Hard at work is Dark Moon Rising. The Reverend still nearer last than first. Nakib trying to pick up as Almosh takes it up with still well over a furlong to go. Paradius, Stress Free, Dark Moon Rising. Plage d'Arve has burrowed out from that running rail and is now beginning to run on. Out in the lead, Almosh from Stress Free. Plage d'Arve in third, just lugging in behind the front two. It's Stress Free coming after. Almosh up to the run to the line, a neck between them. Almosh sticking out tough at the run to the finish. Stress Free getting close and at the line, maybe not close enough. Almosh and Stress Free, Plage d'Arve, Paradius, the Reverend only through beaten horses. Then Nakib, King's Code, Dark Moon Rising, Mahaba the Champ, Max Mayhem, C.Hector and La Pulga. Almosh toughing it out, and I think just dropped the head where it mattered to win by only about a head or so. Stress Free in second place. Remember, £1 overweight for Stress Free, and it is pretty close. Plage d'Arve in third place, and in fourth, Paradius. But Almosh on the first start for Carl Burke. We heard from the owners beforehand, and Mr. Lovett and Mr. Bacon has taken home just that.
With Carl Burke winning this race for a second time, went off at 15-2. Gets a quote from Sky Bet of 20-1 for the E-ball back here in August. Brave today because went for home a long way.
Yeah, he did, but maybe the nature of the track, there's not really any sort of significant wind here, is there? I know you can see the windsock suggesting slightly into their face, but perfect racing conditions. I love the fact that there was no swing down into the centre of the racecourse, and they stayed down over on that far rail.
Yeah, you always like that at York, don't you? But here he was the least exposed horse in the field. First time running on turf, and he has saluted accordingly, and Rishi is with the owners.
I am indeed, Colin and Derek, once again. And they said to us beforehand, they knew, you said, yes, he'll win.
Yeah, we was confident.
Well, what about through the race?
Yeah, I mean, he was in a great position. I think he went a bit early to the win, but he's done it.
But he had to go early because he was going so well.
Yeah, he was going really well. I think the better he goes, the longer he travels, I think he'll be even better. I think he needs further.
We go with him, we'll probably go better.
Yeah.
He was actually a bit keen early on as well.
Yeah.
He Clifford couldn't quite...
Still a colt, yeah.
Yeah.
He tends to be, doesn't he? But
Yeah.
he's settling a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Do you have a dream with him? Do you have an idea of what you want to get out of this horse? What sort of target might be the ultimate
Be
aim?
together.
Well, you are together. That's already achieved.
It'd be lovely to win a Group 3, wouldn't it? But, you know, it's dream at the moment.
What about you? What do you
Yeah, it's that sort of level, I think.
pattern level.
Yeah. I think so. After today, he's definitely there, isn't he? Look, and he's stayed on, and he's fought again, and that's what he generally does. I think he just does enough. I mean, he's been in 3 photos and won 3 times on a photo.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for putting us in the right direction. Well done.
Thank
I
you
hope
very much.
everybody
Thank
got
you.
on.
And Clifford Lee making his way back. The horse looking still full of beans. Back from suspension, back winning.
Yeah, it's taken him a long time to pull up here, hasn't it? Or the jockey just allowing the horse to kind of run out and slow down in his own time. And watching him canter back there, he's got a lovely action on him. Clearly didn't mind this quicker going, and we can hear all about it from the jockey with Adele.
I have to run, I think, to try and keep up with him. Well done, Clifford. Obviously his first run for Carl Burke, and I thought he was very, very tough there. How did he feel to you?
Yeah, it was very tough. He was quite strong in the early doors of his race. I had a little bit of cover, but then when Jason switched to the rail, I was a little bit keen. But once I sort of got my lad into a rhythm, I knew all he was going to do was just stay.
He was obviously unproven on the turf, but he seemed to handle it really well.
Yeah, he's done a bit of his winning on the all-weather. He handled the turf. He's a big colt, very scopy, and I think he'll improve again from that.
You looking forward to elite status?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to elite status. It's quite a competitive race, but I think he'll run a big race still.
How are the flying lessons going?
Oh, I've had 2 so far. It's been brilliant. Yeah, it's something different, but no, it's great.
Well done, Cliff.
Led up by Alex Cliff, who I think is on the right there for Carl Burke, who's got a big day today. And he's off to a fabulous start. Almosh, who was back this morning at around 8-1, went off at 15-2, stress-free. He's run really well. Jason in second. Plage de Havre, your fancy, finished in third. And I wouldn't give up on Nakib, who was free early, came wide in the straight, got a bit tired.
Yeah, he was a bit aggressive, but that will have definitely give them something to work on going forward. But Clifford, after a painful time away from Chester, back in the enclosure.
In terms of this horse for the E-Ball, so he gets an automatic berth in the E-Ball now. I know it's end of August, but would you fancy him?
Why not?